The banded foot raise. So here we get to use our own power, our own feet, or you could have shoes on. I just happen to have my shoes off, as I prefer to do all my lower leg work with shoes off, particularly when it comes to tutorial side of things. And what you can use is just a simple band. Now these are these little glute bands. You could also use a rehab band, the ones that come on the long roll. That will work perfectly well too. However, you still need to tighten to a loop, as you'll see in a moment. So what we're essentially going to do is working the shin here. Now I have other exercises, please go and check those out. Strengthening exercises. These are a real good, clever way of using your own body. You're going to create movement, and I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to do this. Now you can do this at any time really. It does actually make a good warm-up if you're about to go out for a run, or maybe a long walk, or something that's going to be happening. Maybe it's even going out shopping for the day, whatever you're up to. It doesn't really matter. This is really going to help just strengthen those muscles that can suffer from fatigue. Now that seems kind of counterproductive. Why do you want to work a muscle that's fatigued? Well, the reason it can get fatigued is maybe that it's not as strong as it could be. So here we're looking to work those muscles. Obviously the reasons for that are plentiful, but here we're just looking at the basics here. It's a really great exercise. It's a great way of using a band. So what we're going to look to do is crack on with this tutorial, is get this band underneath this heel. Now even if you're wearing shoes, you can still do the same thing. You're going to get it under that heel there, and what that's going to allow you to do is get the angle that we're looking for, and also a good fixing point. Now you could use a band or something up against a wall anchor. That is totally possible, but here I'm just assuming that you want to do this on the fly, anywhere, anyhow, and you can do this. Now this band might not seem actually that strong, however, as in the resistance that is provided. Let me tell you, when it comes to working these shins, they very, very quickly fatigue. So the important part is to wrap it across the top part of the broad part of the foot, and not across the toes. We're not looking to work the toes here in this region. We're looking to work the shin predominantly. We want the focus to be on that, hence the reason why it's a foot raise as opposed to a toe raise. So from here, I've actually already got some resistance on. Now, I have to, this is the one thing with the band being on here, I have to remain just a little bit taut with my foot here, hold up this angle. Otherwise, what will happen if I just allow that to relax? That will ping off. So obviously you need to have some level of control from the moment you set that on there. Now what I've got is my right leg straight in this case, and my left leg is going to be doing the work. So it's this shin under pressure. Now I can already tell you that I can feel that in my shin. So we have a multitude of options here. What they are, let's run through them. A traditional rep kind of style here would be where I'd be allowing that band to work. So I'm 1 rep, slowly release it. Now the range of motion looks rubbish, but however, let me tell you that I'm getting a heavy amount of work going down this shin right now. So there's another rep, slowly controlling the release. So that's one way of doing that. That's a rep style. Another style would be to actually move the foot back. Now this could be seen as a repetition because we're increasing the amount of pressure that's going on and how much this shin is having to work. So what does that look like? Well, what I'm going to do is maintain this foot position like so. So here we go, we're ready to go, and all I'm going to do is draw that foot back. I'm going to leave the heel on the floor and draw the foot back towards me like so. Now that is getting really hard to hold that position. I actually prefer this option out of the two. I just think there's a lot more scope for improvement and holding that position, and now I'm feeling a real burn. I don't have to hold it there in that isometric hold. I could just go forward and back, come back and slowly control the release. So again, if you're working on a carpet, this probably works even better. Just avoid those carpet burns. So you certainly don't want to be moving too fast, but you're going to glide across that floor even better, or on a tiled floor maybe. So there we go. Now I'm feeling that real intensity in there, and I haven't moved that foot angle. I'm just holding that foot in that position. This 90-degree position there is enough. The other version is to do it the other way. So what you would do is bring this leg up and then push this leg out. same thing. It just depends on what you feel more comfortable doing. So now there's no pressure, little, minor, and then push out. So in and out, and obviously you'd execute it on both feet. But let me tell you, I can really feel that fatiguing, and I consider myself fairly good in this region in terms of the shins there, in terms of strength, and even I'm feeling that now just whilst we do this tutorial. So it's one that can work super effective, super quickly, and really does hit the spot. So obviously you would do that with both feet, and that is just with the band there, like so. So it's a really efficient way. You could even do this in the office if you're able to just sit down on the floor for a moment. It's a little more difficult when you're propped up on the seat, but it is still possible nonetheless, because you could then just pop the band underneath the foot, and if you're sitting in a seat, is effectively just lift the foot up, creating again that motion of working the shin while holding that position. But my much preferred route, and really that's why I don't demo that side of things, is to do this floor routine just using a glute band, because it is by far the most efficient way to do the move and get the most out of the move. Obviously complete that for both feet, both legs, and you're really going to feel the benefits over time in the strength and resistance that you're going to build up in these shin muscles. That in turn can help with your knee health and your ankle health.